Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I wanted to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and I specifically wanted to talk about buying Lego as a dungeon master and buying Lego as a dragon master. So first of all, buying Lego is absolutely a core part of being a dungeon master now, a core part of being a dragon master now. We model life, and there has never been a better connection for modeling life with Dungeons and Dragons than Lego. Lego's been doing the same thing for about 80 years, and and it really changed. April 1st, 2024 really changed Lego forever. It changed Dungeons and Dragons forever. And what I want to talk about today is how to buy Lego as a dungeon master, and how to build Lego as a dungeon master, because there are some major pitfalls we have to avoid that the Lego community has very much fallen into. And if you listen to commentators on YouTube from the Lego community, many of them are suffering from this terrible Lego condition. And I want to get into this. All right, so I bought Lego Dungeons and Dragons Red Dragon's Tale on April 1st. I have been building it for 2 months, right? Actually, specifically 9 weeks I've been spending building Lego Dungeons and Dragons Red Dragon's Tale. And honestly, I think this is the right pace. This is a historically important set. We cannot rush it. As we're building it, we should be, kind of making a record of how we built it. And we need to build it in a slow and methodical manner so that every lesson that Lucas Bolt put into it for Dungeon Masters, every lesson that Hasbro put into it for Dungeon Masters, every lesson that Lego designers put into it for Dungeon Masters is heard. It's very important not to rush this, right? Now, there gets to a point where you do need to rush it, and I want to talk about that. All right, so I saved for months to get the money needed, $360. Actually, it was $380 all total when I purchased my Lego Dungeons and Dragons Red Dragon's Tale. Now, Lego is very expensive, right? But you should buy it, and the reason why is it's worth every penny, right? Like, I spent $380, but I've gotten 9 weeks of enjoyment out of it, and it's not even completely built, right? Like, once it's completely built, I'll be able to use it in many different ways for Dungeons and Dragons, and that will be increased enjoyment. So it very much is worth the money, but Lego is expensive. And so there's this pitfall we have to avoid. So I got to the point where I had been working on this for 9 weeks, right? And actually, I got this about 8 weeks ago. And another project came up in my life, and it was taking a lot of my time. And I realized I was no longer building on my Legos Dungeons and Dragons Red Dragon's Tale. Now, the reality is, I'm just like you. I have a lot of responsibilities. I have a lot of duties. I have a lot of obligations, right? But I realized, okay, listen, I only have the tower ruin left and the dragon left. I've already built I would say 2/3 of this, right? And so at this point, I got to this point and I was like, okay, I had already saved the money for Lego Dungeons and Dragons Red Dragon's Tale. That was 2 months ago. Since then, I've been saving my money as well for my next Lego set. And that next Lego set that I want to buy is the Lego Dune set. There's only one, and it's the Ornithopter. And I was like, okay, I'm really excited about this. I really want to, to get this set, and this is important, right? And so I saved the money. I got all the money I needed, $165 to, it's probably gonna be $180 with tax. I got $180 to buy the Lego Dune Dune set, and I'm ready to pull the trigger, right? And I stopped and I was like, wait a second. I remember now, I had set myself a rule, right? So one, collecting Dungeons and Dragons is expensive. And the reason why was we need to buy the D&D Canon hardbacks. That's $60, like a drumbeat, every 3 months, right? Then, in addition to that, we have these Lego sets we need to be buying now, right? This is very important, right? That's a lot of money, right? So here's the kicker. I made an agreement with myself on April 1st 2024, and I was like, now that I'm collecting Lego for Dungeons and Dragons, I absolutely refuse to buy any Lego if I have unbuilt Lego, right? So if I have a set that I haven't finished, I'm not going to buy any new Lego, right? Because the point of Lego is to get it, read the D&D, read that Canon Brickback book, right? And then build it and then use it, right? So the reality is, it's very important that we, at minimum, build before we buy more. And I saw this, the place where I saw this the worst was Gunpla, right? I knew so many guys who had 15 Gunpla sets, not even opened the cellophane, right? Ordered it from, Gundam Planet, got it, put it on the shelf, never even opened it, and we're buying 2 or 3 more sets when they had 15 unbuilt, right? So this is really critical, and I really want to stress to you, it's important that you're buying Lego as a Dungeon Master. I really don't think the top tier Dungeon Masters are going to be Lego-less going forward, right? Those days are done. The top Dungeon Masters in the world are going to be using Lego going forward. And what they're using Lego for is going to massively increase and massively change, okay? So, but the reality is we need to be fiscally responsible for this. So I really, really, really wanted to, and I had a conversation with my wife, and I was like, hey, I really want to, get this set, and I'm worried because I'm not seeing it on the shelves anywhere. And so she said, well, check to see if it's still available online, right, from Lego Direct. And I did. She's like, go ahead, pull the trigger, buy it. She loves me very much. I was very happy she was very kind, and I was very excited about, for her to be that. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it, right? I have not finished my Dungeons & Dragons build for Lego Dungeons & Dragons, Red Dragon's Tale. I will not order this Lego Dune set before I finish. And she's like, well, it could get retired, right? Or it could get completely sold out. And I was like, yes, that's exactly right. But this is how consumerism starts. When you're buying something that you haven't even consumed what you already bought, that is textbook consumerism, right? And so, we get every dime's worth when we buy a D&D Canon hardback. We get every dime's worth when we buy our Lego Dungeons & Dragons, or any Lego to be used in Dungeons & Dragons, because that's what it's for now, in my humble opinion. But it's very important that we're fiscally responsible. And so I really want to encourage you to adopt this. Do not buy Lego if you have unbuilt Lego. That is the road to ruin, in my humble opinion. Let's be smart Dungeon Masters. Let's be fiscally responsible. And let's buy Lego Dungeons & Dragons in the right way. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. What's important is when I hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.